What is going on, guys? This is Swrve here, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution video with a special guest. Yes, the mighty, the legend, Klayton Fioriti will be joining us on today's video. Now, what we did for today's video, since we haven't really seen loads of in-depth videos of Return to Jurassic Park and sort of doing some in-depth reviews, we decided to make a collaboration video on this channel and give up, well, both of our opinions on what we think of Return to Jurassic Park. We talk about some interesting facts, what we personally think about it, what we'd rate it, nice little name drops in it like Biosyn, some nice Easter eggs, and everything like that. So if you are interested in watching this, please stick around. Now, this video is quite a long one, I can't deny that, so I do highly expect, or not highly expect, sorry, but highly recommend for you to get some food, to do something else, and just listen to our opinions. Let us talk. You don't even have to watch the background video. I highly recommend. It's more of a listen video, because I think from what I've edited so far, it's around 50 minutes long, but it's very interesting. We both speak about our own opinions, and I have had to cut out quite a lot that we start talking about possible things in Jurassic World 3, because we have an idea of something else that we might want to do in the future together. But this video is definitely going to be one of my favourites because I have looked up to watching Klayton for the past 3 or 4 years now, and I know loads of you guys are actually interested in watching his videos, and I feel like it's quite a nice touch for him to join my channel as well in this little collaborative video. But if you're coming from Klayton's shout out or videos, then hello, welcome. My name is Swrve, I'm 18 years old and I make Jurassic World Evolution videos. But yeah, so if you are excited for the video, make sure to smash that like button and let me know if you agree with any of our thoughts down in the comment section down below. But in the meantime, a big thank you to Klayton. With all of his social medias will be in the description, and go check him out and make sure to subscribe to him on YouTube. He's so close to 200,000 subscribers, so if you could help him out, that'd honestly mean a lot to both of us. But in the meantime, make sure to sit down, relax, and enjoy some Return to Jurassic Park review with me, Swrve, and Klayton Fioriti. So, Return to Jurassic Park. How would you actually rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Ooh, are we getting right into it? All right.
Straight into it, yep.
All right, Return to Jurassic Park is its own separate game, DLC 1 to 10. You know what? I'm going to go with a 7. I think a 7 is safe. Maybe at most 7.5.
I was thinking about the same, between a 7 and an 8. Because it does add loads of really nice things to Jurassic World Evolution. Obviously, you have the inclusion of the Jurassic Park era. You have signs for like the Aviary and the Aviary itself as well, and loads of new buildings. The only disappointment is obviously you can't use them in Jurassic World era as well. So it would be a lot nicer if we could use them in mixed era, for instance.
Yeah, I agree with you. Do you have any idea why they did that? Is it just a specific canon thing? Like, because once they're Jurassic World, they've been technically updated in that world, but does it really matter? Like, if we're building our own park?
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's just for systematic things, because there are a few mods out there that are merging them together. But obviously, you've got to think about the consoles. Consoles can't handle as much as PCs possibly can.
Right.
So they do have to watch out for stuff like that. That's the only thing I can think of. Hopefully, they'll change it in the near future.
Well, one of the things that I really liked about it was that when I went back to play the Secrets of Dr. Wu DLC, the different sort of things you could do with the park rangers actually did carry over, like the shooting a flare, or which was, I thought that made the game much more cool. So it's a bit odd that you can't mix and match more stuff like that in the, between the Jurassic Park era and the Jurassic World era. Yeah. But yeah, like you're saying, it probably is a system thing.
Yeah, because like you see all these nice things like the lights being added into Jurassic Park. Everyone wanted lights for such a long time, and we've got them. It's just we can't use them in Jurassic World, which kind of sucks. Because I can imagine some people like to use the smaller paths and have like a little gap in between, like put one layer of small path and then another layer, have a gap for lights in between to make it look really nice. But sadly, you can't do that in Jurassic World.
Well, the big thing is that Jurassic World is, what, like 85% of the game? So you've got these nice things in Jurassic Park, and they're nice, but you can't use them for 85% of the game. So it's like, what? And that kind of goes into my biggest complaint with the game is that, before I go into praising anything about it, I will say my issue with it is the price. $19.99 for what is essentially... I got through it really quick. I think I played it may have been a 5-hour or 6-hour gameplay.
Yeah, I think mine was 6 or 7.
Well, the thing is, what I usually do is I just sit at the computer whenever it's, doing its own thing. Because, sometimes you just have to wait for stuff to happen. Yeah. And after that, then something cool would happen and you'd be like, okay, I heard Dr. Malcolm talk with Dr. Sattler. That was pretty cool. And then you're back to sitting. So I'm like, for $19.99 for just a short campaign, what they added in it was really, really cool. I just feel like maybe cutting that in half at $10 or that would have been ideal in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it was different prices in different regions because I think it was £16.99 over here. I'm not sure if that converts.
What?
I know. Okay. I don't think that converts perfectly into $20, but
no,
still, it's either you're paying a little bit more or a little bit less. I have noticed that with a few DLCs. I think. What was the most expensive one after? It's either Claire's Sanctuary or Doctor Wu. One of those was 12 something pounds.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit on the high side as well.
Well, again, and this isn't specifically to the Return to Jurassic Park because a lot of people were kind of confused on how the Raptor Squad pack that they released around the same time, and that wasn't too expensive at all. It's just they questioned why wasn't this part of this standard game back in 2018?
Because there is information out there saying that there was supposed to be a Jurassic Park tutorial for Jurassic World Evolution. So some people feel like that was brought in as a DLC instead. That's why we didn't get all of this stuff from the start. It's some suspicions out there. I'm not sure how possible that is the thought behind it. I mean, from a marketing point of view, it's really intelligent. It's a great thing to do.
Yeah, well, what they probably did was they thought this was a great idea. Let's not do it and make let's make a full campaign out of it and then charge for it because we know that people want it. So I mean, and to be fair, when I was playing the early parts of Return to Jurassic Park, I thought it was awesome. And my biggest praise I can give the game is incorporating Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum, who's already in Jurassic World Evolution, but having him talk specifically to Dr. Sattler. That banter back and forth is awesome.
That was great.
I was loving every bit of that, and it's the highlight of, in my opinion, that entire experience. I know a lot of people liked all the different buildings and the fact that we finally got pteranodons and the aviary and stuff like that. But for me, hearing the old cast talk and going to a more Redwoods Isla Sorna,
that's good.
Sign me up! I'm all for it. Yeah.
I think a good name drop that they had was Biosyn. Because
it was a very good name.
Yeah, I think it was amazing. 100%. Because obviously, you probably know a bit more information here, but I'm not sure how much of an inclusion Biosyn has had in the movies itself. But I don't. By name, 0. But
that's
what I was thinking.
Proxy, it is Biosyn in Jurassic Park 1. Yeah. So.
That's what I was thinking. So I thought it was quite good to actually use the name finally, to hear one of the original actors as well to say it. I thought that was really good.
It's great because I think it goes beyond fan service. It's more like they're rewarding you for being a fan. You know what I mean? And what's so cool about them name dropping Biosyn and having Dr. Sattler and Alan Grant and everyone talking about it is that it validates your knowledge and your love and appreciation of all things Jurassic Park. And I think they did that on purpose for 2 reasons. Number one, the original sequel to Jurassic Park, and I'm talking even before Jurassic Park 2 got canceled and replaced with The Lost World, but that animated series that they had called Escape from Jurassic Park, which, by the way, I've actually seen footage of that. It's pretty good. But they had Biosyn as the main antagonist, and Biosyn was a huge part of that story. And that story was John Hammond got the original cast back on the island to rebuild Jurassic Park. Oh, wow. Which, what are you doing this DLC?
I know. Yeah, I was just thinking that.
It's that. And what's also really cool about it is I think they wouldn't name drop Biosyn in this DLC, along with the files and stuff that are in the Secrets of Dr. Wu, unless it was supposed to be a part of Jurassic World 3. And that's a little speculation on my end, but I think there's a reason for them including it here.
Yeah, same thing, because you bring back the original actors, and would you know, the original actors are back for this third or sixth movie, and
Right, exactly.
it's very similar, and it gets you thinking. I can't lie, it does get you thinking. But again, to say Biosyn on Isla Sorna as well, I think that's a good choice, because I don't think we heard it until Mission 3, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of deep into it, and the fact that it was on Site B was interesting too, because I don't know if you've read the novels, but Biosyn is the main antagonist of the Lost World, which is Dodson was a main force in that. So when you're on what we as fans associate as Isla Sorna with redwoods and stegosaurs and stuff like that, and to hear Biosyn, it's like a mix of not only what we've seen in the movies, but also what we know of in the books, and it's like overload of like Jurassic stuff.
It's just like, especially for people who played the game since the launch, and also been around since the movies originally launched. Like it's nice sort of, I don't know, flashback sort of thing, and gets them excited.
It's cool because sometimes you can get critical of nostalgia for being like, oh yeah, I see what you're doing there. You're just trying to pull something on me. But for this, it feels more earned, doesn't it? Like it's a little more special, because you wouldn't be nostalgic for Biosyn if you didn't really know about what Biosyn was, and to know that, you have to be more than an average casual Jurassic Park fan. So, I mean, for me, I felt very happy playing that part of the game.
Yeah.
From start to finish, really everything on Site B. Redwood trees go a long way.
Trust me, when I saw them in the announcement trailer in the background, where we saw the Stegosaurus, I think, my heart sank. My heart honestly sank. I was like,
I'll tell you, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it.
I know. I thought it was just like a map alteration, like it's just outside the map and you can't get them, but
I was like, no, there's no, they wouldn't do that. Only like 50% of the fan base likes that movie, but like I love it. So like when I learned that it was a thing, I was like, what? No way.
I know, it was good, to say the least. I mean, it's nice that they did where you have like 3 redwoods, and then you also have them all grouped together as like 4 different options. I think that's quite an intelligent thing to do.
Yeah, you can build your own forest, and it actually looks like a forest. So
yeah, exactly. The only problem is that, again, another problem with Jurassic World Evolution, I would say, is barriers. Dinosaurs can't go in between them if they're too close, and it sucks. I can't lie, because you would love to see stegosaurs walking through redwood trees, wouldn't you?
Like you would want an authentic experience of the Lost World. So, and I don't quite see. I'm not big on park builders, so I don't know if this is a specific problem to Evolution. Is this also a problem in the other park builder that they recently released?
See, with Planet Zoo, you can actually... Well, I know on Planet Coaster you can, because I accidentally do this quite often, but you can put a tree through a path. So, whereas on this one, you can't do anything. So... Right. Yeah, I mean, same with Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster. They're all the same. You can put them as close as you want to another object.
Do you think that they've done that purposefully for some sort of, like, security against modders?
I think it's for consoles, personally.
Oh, well, that makes way more sense.
Yeah. I was thinking, because, again, no matter how good the Xbox One X is or the PS5 is going to be, there's still going to be limitations compared to what a PC can do. And even with a lower level PC, it can still handle more things than a console can.
Right, and even if your lower level PC can't, you can eventually upgrade it to...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But, as far as Jurassic World Evolution goes, with all the stuff that they added for the Return of Jurassic Park DLC, again, first half of me playing it, I was locked in. I was all about it. And I think a lot of that has to do with the story, because admittedly, I think as soon as you get back to Nublar, you're on Nublar at first, then you go to Sorna, then you get back to Nublar. Yeah. I feel like when you get back to Nublar, the story kind of stagnates, and basically you're free to build your own park or do whatever. Yeah. But to me, what they actually had going on story-wise, I really, really liked. Like, it felt like an alternate Jurassic Park 2 in a good way. And I don't know if it's because they were possibly going off notes for that old animated series, but it was everything about the way they had these actors talking to each other. You know, Ian Malcolm continuing to pursue Sattler after he already knows that she's with Grant.
Yeah,
I like that so much because that's in the that's even a deep cut for the Jurassic Park comic books, where Grant and Ellie get split up. They're not together, but Ellie and Malcolm actually make out, like in Costa Rica.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's one of those things where it's like, whoa, that's weird and crazy because, you know, no movie only fan would know about that.
Yeah,
so the fact that they're like pushing that at us and having the original actors like talk about it, like they've gone above and beyond. But I just wish that the story continued to escalate a little bit in the latter half, because the only really thing that happened was we were skeptical that Cabot was like a double agent or something,
because he went quiet for a section of
that didn't fool me. I was like, I see what the game's trying to do.
Yeah, I saw it as well. I mean, stagnation happens quite often. I think Claire's Sanctuary also had stagnation towards the end. And
you know, I didn't play that one, and I heard is that the worst DLC?
I personally really liked it.
Okay.
When other people are saying Doctor Wu's a lot better, I didn't like Doctor Wu because it's just, again, stagnation. I felt like it had more in Doctor Wu than it did in Claire's Sanctuary, which was quite annoying because at the end of the day, you had to keep waiting for dinosaurs in Doctor Wu. You had to keep waiting for dinosaurs, tranquilizing them, and that just... I felt like it took away some action of that DLC. And with Claire's Sanctuary, though it does take a long time to tranquilize dinosaurs and move them over, and then also there's a mission where you have to get like a certain star rating, and I found out if you put down 3 hotels, then it gets you to that rating, but it still takes such a long time to get to, and it's, I don't know, I feel like it's just a kind of cheap way to sort of make the DLC a little bit longer.
Yeah, I agree with you completely, because and I think that might be my big gripe for Return of Jurassic Park, and I say this, I'm not being overly negative about it, because I really do like what they gave us. It's just for the price and for, I would consider, the last quarter of the gameplay, or maybe a little more, but it just felt like the game stopped. And I wanted more. Do you think that they might, because I know Jurassic World Evolution 2 is on the way. I don't think that's a secret.
Yeah, but it's inevitable at this rate. Whether it's called Jurassic World Evolution 2 or Jurassic World something.
Re-evolution.
Something, yeah. That's actually quite a good idea. Re-evolution. That'd be quite good. But yeah, it's more than likely going to be a thing.
They'll probably do another like Return of Jurassic Park DLC for that. They might not call it Return of Jurassic Park. They'll call it like Jurassic Park 1993 or something. But you know, I really liked it. I personally feel like it's a good DLC, just not a great one.
Yeah. It's definitely got its elements of like, wow, like, even because we wanted small dinosaurs, small carnivores to attack.
Oh, the compies are great.
Yeah. And then also the fact that a T-Rex can now kill a Velociraptor, that animation that they stuck in there was quite good. I will give it to them.
It's great.
I love the fact that they can throw the Velociraptor. It's great.
Yeah, I like the redesigns of the dinosaurs too. Particularly, I didn't think I would, but the ones that made the biggest impact on me were actually the Triceratops and the Stegosaurs. The raptor change was, you know, every movie raptors look different, so like it's cool, but I thought it was just so much cooler seeing a 1993 Triceratops and a 1997 Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
A nice little Easter egg, actually, for different dinosaurs in different eras. You have 1993, 97, and 01. What I really liked about it is that when you actually change the skins to a different era, like the Brachiosaur has a 1993 and a 2001 variant, they make different sounds from the movies.
Really?
Yeah. So it's definitely something to go check out. I put it in my Easter egg video, and I think the Parasaur is definitely one of them, where you put it to the normal Parasaur from Jurassic World, it sounds like the one from Jurassic World. And then you put it to the 1997, it feels he's straight out of the Lost World. It feels
That's
like it's
pretty
cool. Straight out of the Lost World. It's great, because I know when you change it to genetics, let's say this, you go back to the null gene, it's a frog, it makes a ribbit sound, and then it changes for each other animal. And the fact that when you change it for each year now, it goes back to what it was in the movie, and I thought that was a really cool addition. Even though it's really
Yeah.
small, it's still quite nice to hear.
And see, it's that kind of detail and that care to like what, because there's individual fans for each movie out there. What some person, like I love Lost World, somebody might hate it out there and love Jurassic Park 3. So
That's me.
why? You said that's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. See, so you were probably all about like having the 2001 Brachiosaurus or something.
Oh yeah,
right?
I don't care how ugly it looks. To me, I love it.
Well, what's cool about that Brachiosaurus is that I don't know if a lot of people know this. You might, but it's actually got the Ford Explorer colors from Jurassic Park 1.
Yeah, I did know. I did notice that. I just thought it was something that they took from the river scene in Jurassic Park 3. But another interesting thing about it is that all 3 different brachiosaurs that we have are different. We have the Jurassic World one, I think, is the tallest, and the 1993 is the shortest. And then you also have a stubby, shorter tail for the 2001 brachiosaur. So there's always different variants, and it's nice to see like you can put them in, and then it'll be like, oh, that's 3 different species of brachiosaurs.
Yeah, what would be really cool, and I don't think they'll ever do this, because I think when you do this, you open up like a whole new gameplay mechanic that might be difficult for them to really like implement. But if they ever did breeding, I really think, because then you wouldn't necessarily know what would hatch. And when I say breeding, I also mean like you see the dinosaur grow up.
Yeah.
See, is that just me, or is there a lot of people that want that?
I'm pretty sure I kind of sparked a hype train going about breeding, because Stegs, when he was working at Frontier, had to confirm that there was no breeding, because in the trailers the Stegosaurs were different heights. One of them looked very young compared to the others, and that it was completely different model change and skin change. And I personally thought there was breeding, and I thought, because when we had the species profiles on them, in the little script section that it tells you, John Hammond usually reads out exactly word for word, but where it says breeding, he doesn't say breeding. So I thought that was a little tease towards it, and probably people watching now would be like, yes, I know how much Swrve wants breeding in Jurassic World Evolution, because it's definitely been on my mind for such a long time, because it would be just an amazing mechanic. I mean, it would be a little bit complicated. But if you use the Planet Zoo one, where I think if they just spawn there, I even something like that, I would be happy with, and have like a little growth system. Hopefully it's going to happen if a sequel does come out. I hope that's going to be the case, that we are going to have a mechanic like that. Because it's Jurassic Park at the end of the day, isn't it?
It's what it's all about. It's breeding the dinosaurs. Well, this is the thing too. Is I'm not a big park builder guy. I've not played a lot of games like that. One thing I did play a lot growing up was actually Pokemon, and in Generation 2 onward, you could breed.
Daycare.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I just think with dinosaurs in a Jurassic Park or Jurassic World setting, maybe it would make more sense in Jurassic World, because, well, I don't know actually. I don't know how they would implement it really, but I think it's a missed opportunity to not see like dinosaurs grow up. But that's just me. I don't want to ask too much, because what they did give us for the Return to Jurassic Park DLC was it was quite a lot. Just to me, looking at it, I kind of wish that DLC was a bit longer, and I guess that's a good problem to have. If you enjoy it so much, you want it to be longer. But I do think that my highlights are the cast returning, the story that they actually had to go along with it, the implementation of some of the older dinosaur models, and everything about Isla Sorna.
Isla Sorna was definitely my favorite part of the missions, I think.
It's so cool. Yeah. The only... and I guess with story, Biosyn as well. But the only nitpick I have about any of those things is, and this is not like hater or anything like that. The voice of John Hammond was not. It wasn't. I never for a second believed that was John Hammond. But
I get you. There's been loads of people saying the exact same thing. Like, I wish the voice of John Hammond would be a little bit better, but.
What can you do?
Yeah, you can't get the original actor, which is a bit sad, because obviously he sadly passed. Is it Richard Attenborough? Yeah, Richard Attenborough sadly passed away, so there was no way of getting him back. But I mean, the Chris Pratt voice actor that we have, he did an alright job.
Yeah, I think they kind of do need to get Chris Pratt for the next one, for the sequel to Jurassic World Evolution, because I just feel like you can tell you're hearing authentic Jeff Goldblum and Bryce Dallas Howard, and then you're hearing like raptors are dangerous. You shouldn't.
I 100% understand that. I mean, again, he's very busy. He's a very busy actor, obviously, in Marvel and Jurassic and other movies, probably done behind the scenes. He does a lot of stuff. So, I mean, doing something for a game might be out of his way. But at the same time, I believe there was supposed to be... So, again, about this tutorial of Jurassic Park thing, there's in-game files and pictures of Ray Arnold and Robert Muldoon. And there was what we think was supposed to be part of that tutorial. And they have the thumbnail images of when somebody talks in the top right. Those are the thumbnail images. And we thought that they were going to be in this new DLC, but then it turns out that they weren't. So we assumed that they were getting voice actors to do for that tutorial. So they're definitely experimenting with some voice actors, because I highly doubt that Samuel L. Jackson would have time for this game. And obviously, is it Bob Peck?
Yeah, Bob Peck passed away. Yeah,
sadly,
99.
Yeah, 99.
So it was a long time ago.
So it's quite sad you can't bring those actors back.
Yeah, and they probably are looking for any sort of replacement that they can if they can't get the real deal. But see, this is another thing too, because they did get the real deal for Return to Jurassic Park as far as Alan Grant and Sattler goes, which is cool, and it makes you wonder, like,
what does that lead into?
Yeah, what's that leading into?
Yeah, because the announcement of Biosyn and going back to Issa Sauna and all of this, and obviously having the original actors, it's very similar to what we're expecting, like expecting for Jurassic World 3. So, I don't know, it could be some promotional work, a little bit of promotional work there, but I don't really know about that. But where does Return to Jurassic Park leave Jurassic World Evolution?
I'll be honest with you. I don't think there's that much left. But I do think there's more. But I would say one more big DLC push. And the reason I say that is because we've got, a year and some change until the next movie. And if we look at the way Universal has treated their previous games, like Ludia is still technically supporting Jurassic World, the game. And they've just recently stopped with Jurassic Park Builder. So it's not like the game will just never get any more support. But I think as far as expansive content, we've only got like one more big push, maybe two. Yeah. And that'll be, of course, tons of updates in between. But I think the Mosasaurus / something with Grady, and then that might be it.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, obviously, the Mosasaur was something everybody wanted from the start, and
of course,
as you were saying, just to leave the game without the Mosasaur, it's gonna feel empty-handed, kind of.
Yeah,
because that is Jurassic World. Like, let's be honest, when we saw that Jurassic World trailer, we saw the Mosasaur. Everybody was like, gobsmacked.
It's the thing that differentiates, apart from the Indominus Rex, like that Mosasaur. That's Jurassic World, just like the Spinosaurus. That's Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
Like Lost World, 2 T-Rexes, San Diego. So, like, they do need the Mosasaurus. Like, that has to be included at some point.
Yeah. I could, even looped animations, I'm fine with it. I know loads of people won't be, but I personally will be fine with having a looped animation. But another thing that loads of people have wanted were Triassic and Jurassic DLCs, because we had the Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack. I would love to see a Triassic and Jurassic Dinosaur Pack. The only problem, again, the only Triassic dinosaur I can think of is Coelophysis Plateosaurus.
Yeah, dude, I actually love Plateosaurus.
Exactly. I think it's cool. Is it a prosauropod? I think it is.
Yeah, it's very early. So, but you know what else they could technically do? Because Mattel's got toys for stuff like Postosuchus. So you could throw something like that in there, I think. Jurassic DLC, they've used a lot. I don't know what they could... Maybe Dryosaurus? Or wait, is Dryosaurus in the game?
Dinosaurs is in the game.
What the heck? Like, you can't even use that.
I know.
Like, I don't know, but yeah, Triassic that's a good idea because the Cretaceous DLC.
Yeah, and there's not many Triassic dinosaurs out there. There was a new one discovered called the Naphthorax, which is basically the earliest ever living carnivore, which I think is a Hererosaurid. It's pretty much the Hererosauros, just a little bit bigger.
Right, yeah. I mean, I think those are good ideas, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not so sure we're going to get that.
Yeah, neither, which kind of sucks, because, like, we got the carnivore DLC, and everybody was like, oh, herbivore DLC. I was skeptical, because we never got anything like Jurassic or Triassic, because after Cretaceous, everyone's like, oh, Jurassic and Triassic is coming.
And never did.
Never did, exactly. But then it's nice to see that we got carnivore and herbivore, and then there was supposedly a leak for a omnivore DLC, but then that got shut down by Frontier as well.
Oh, really? That's kind of weird.
I know, yeah. But again, having it free with gold on Xbox, I was speaking to one of my friends who hosts like some Jurassic World Evolution meetups called Tom Jurassic. He says that it kind of feels like the end because it's free. And that's kind of a way, look, you can have this Jurassic Park DLC, have this nostalgia, and then get more people to get the game, buy the DLC in the long run by making the game free. And I don't blame the idea of that.
No, I mean, the game's been out for, 2 years now, so... I've talked to Tom a lot in the past, I've actually met him. The thing with... See, when this game was initially announced... Oh, man, I wish I could remember his name. One of the developers of the game. Skinny guy, facial hair. I think is his name Nick?
Newbold. Nick Newbold.
Maybe it's him. I actually met him in LA at the Jurassic Park 25th anniversary event where we played the game a little bit. Yeah. And from my experience back then, again 2 years ago, this game's been out for a while. So like I think the plan has pretty much played out for like what they want to show us. Apart from Mosasaurus. That's the one thing I can really think of where like this is gonna be here. We just haven't gotten it yet. Because even though I'd like an Owen Grady DLC, even the thought of that, it's like, well, that's not like a for sure one that you would technically need unless they do something. And the reason I say that's because when I think Owen Grady, I think Raptors. So like, what can you do? Like, unless you like hunt down the Indominus or something, and how do you do that in the context of Jurassic World Evolution? So I don't know.
And I think it would definitely require a new map, because let's be honest, every single major DLC has had a new map or island. So we've had a new East Tucano map, then we had a new island in Sanctuary, then we had two new
more to East and all that stuff.
And more to East, So maybe something to do with Nublar. Like Nublar already has 3 different maps now. But I wouldn't mind having a 4th one where you have to... It's similar to... Was it the Spinoraptor? To take down a Spinoraptor in Doctor Who, maybe you have to do something similar with the Indominus Rex. You have to use the Raptors to take down the Indominus Rex. Something like that.
I mean, it could work. I don't know how sure it is that we're going to get something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Definitely, I'll put full faith in the fact that a Mosasaurus DLC is coming, because I feel like it's incomplete without it, you know?
Yeah. Obviously, some people are saying don't put the Mosasaur in unless it's going to be good.
Sure, I get that too.
But what can you do?
I mean, I'm cool with fixed animation.
Yeah, me too.
And at the end of the day, it's going to be in water. Exactly. Like it's a little more limited to like everything else.
Like in air, pteranodons, it's fine. You can make them move about, and they also have feet. So just take any new animation rig, and it'll be fine. With Mosasaur, it has flippers. It doesn't have feet. It needs to be able to glide through water, and I don't know how realistic it is to be in a shark, for instance, where sharks have to constantly move. But it will also have to constantly move if that's the case. So
well, the thing is, you could do a lot with that because it has to get up to the surface to breathe. Obviously, I mean, like the animation types you can do, it's not like it'll just float there. Exactly. You know, like I'm cool with any sort of fixed animations they do. That's But I think when they do that, when they release the Mosasaurus tank, that'll probably be it. Can you think of anything else that they could do? I mean,
not really.
That would be sufficient enough.
I mean, I was hoping they'd do something with the Malusaurus. Again,
well, that's a mod now, isn't it?
I was looking, like, I was thinking that for so many weeks. I was like, can there be a DLC with it? And now, looking at the mods, turns out I doubt Frontier will do something like that. Like,
I'll tell you, man, the Malusaurus is a great looking design.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's cool as hell. Like, but it's more that like hybrid Chaos Effect style. Which, dude, when Chaos Effect came out in 1998, I was all about that. And I know that like there was a lot of people that didn't like it, but man, that was cool.
Yeah, I mean, back onto Return to Jurassic Park.
Right.
It's definitely got its good points. It's got some flaws, like the stagnation of it towards the end, and I don't know. Sometimes it's a bit glitchy. I don't know if you've seen that, but some things are quite glitchy for me.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Like when there was one point, it was after my series, I went back to play it again so I can play it for myself, and the T-Rex went to get the Velociraptor. It was nowhere near the mouth. It was pretty much up the Rex's nose. And
yeah.
I don't know if that's because it's a new animation and it hasn't been 100% polished. It's relatively polished, but not all of it.
I mean, an update might be able to fix that, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. So, like, it wasn't just you that experienced that.
I'm glad I didn't want to see the Rex sniffing a Velociraptor again.
Yeah,
it was so odd. I wish I recorded it. It would have been great. But again, I mean, if it, let's say worst comes to worst and it is the end for Jurassic World Evolution, I will be somewhat satisfied, I guess, with how the game is, and especially with Return to Jurassic Park. I feel like it's something nice to go off.
If that's the end of it, at least the Return to Jurassic Park DLC is what I'd consider a fulfilling end. You'd still technically have stuff missing, in my opinion, but as a whole of Jurassic World Evolution, not bad at all. Yeah. Like, I mean, it'd be fine. But yeah, I think if it was the end of it, a little bit to be left desired, but not enough for me to go, I don't like this game, because they've offered just simply too much for you to think that you're getting shortchanged on anything. That's why I'm advocating for the Mosasaurus so much, is because it is in the movie. But like you said, it's relatively satisfying. It's just, probably be a little more.
Yeah, it's definitely, it can definitely be improved, kind of thing. And I don't know. I'm hoping it's not the end. I can't lie. Just to, even like little updates, just to add something in, something new. One thing I've always wanted, it doesn't always have to be about the dinosaurs. Yes, Jurassic, you'll think dinosaurs, but change the skins of the building, maybe.
Yeah, well, not only the skins of the building, but when the game first launched, they didn't have the day-night system or anything.
Yeah, so they updated that, and same with the sand tool.
Yeah. So they've added a lot in. Speaking of dinosaurs, or this isn't technically a dinosaur, but where's Dimorphodon?
It's a mod now that you can have it in an aviary.
Why isn't it in the official game?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. Jurassic World expansion pack will also give you the aviary as well as the Return to Jurassic Park, and in Jurassic World you have Dimorphodon instead of Pteranodon, and to get the Pteranodon you have to get the Jurassic Park DLC.
That might be the actual next push, is Dimorphodon, Mosasaurus, tanks. Like that'll be the thing, because I can't think of any other animals that they haven't implemented in it. I mean, they've even got Proceratosaurus, for God's sake.
Exactly.
So they've got everything.
They still haven't got my bloody Segisaurus that I want to see.
You know why, though? You know why they haven't got...
I think it's too similar to the Compsognathus, and it's too small.
Well, that's one reason, but it's also because, our knowledge... we don't know what the hell that thing looked like.
True.
If they do, and then if tomorrow we discover one, complete, it'll be more BS thrown at Jurassic. And they'll be like, "Well, you wanted this, we gave it to you." But I think that's why we haven't gotten it yet.
That's another thing for a little review about the DLC. Only one dinosaur and one flying reptile. It's a
little underwhelming, you'd say.
It's a lowdown. Yeah, it's a lowdown of dinosaurs. It's not really best we thought, because we had 5 hybrids, well, 5 dinosaurs and hybrids in the Doctor Who one, and we had 3 dinosaurs, and now we have 2. It just feels like it's getting less and less and less. Don't really want that.
I mean, that might be one of the reasons they even made Jurassic Park, was like, we're running out of dinosaurs. That we redesign some of the older ones. So, I can see that. I mean, I was quite happy with the trikes and stegos, but the interesting thing though is that kind of happiness wore off a little quick, because I was like, yeah, it's different model.
Yeah,
okay.
I made like separate sorts of videos describing the dinosaurs, what they look like, and everything like that. And I made the videos, and I was really hyped in them. And then a day later, I was like,
okay.
Yeah.
I'll say this: it is good, but it's like you expect to be a little more satisfied, and then you see it, and you're
that's why I tried to think, it's just a different species, it's fine, put them together with the old ones.
But I'll tell you, man, the coolest thing that Return of Jurassic Park added, that was something that I really wanted from day one: destructible vehicles.
Oh yeah,
like it's a pain in the ass when your guys get hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's don't deny that, but it's fun. It is fun at the end of the day, because there was somebody on Reddit who had loads of downvotes because he said very profound things about having the vehicle destruction thing on, and he said, why did you guys always want this? This is such a pain in the ass to get over the line. You can't do anything.
Yeah,
you can turn it off.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, but that's the fun. It gives you JPOG feels when your vehicle would be destroyed and you had to save. Oh, that's another thing I wanted since day one: saving guests. Because if you don't know, there used to be a glitch where the guests would just glitch through the fence and clip onto the other side, and you couldn't save them. You had to open the gate, hope that they realise the gate is open, and then they run to the nearest path. But you risk the dinosaur getting out.
The AI, by the way, for guests is not great.
No, they are not. I mean, in all fairness, they're not amazing in the other games.
No, not at all. Coaster. Yeah.
In Planet Zoo and Coaster, they do more stuff. It's just it feels like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. If you've ever played that, it feels like it's just the same animations. Yeah,
and it's funny. I didn't know that was a glitch where they just glitch into paddocks, but that explains a lot, because I would be playing the game and where is this screaming coming from? And I look at it like, how did these people get in the paddock?
Yeah, there was one time I was playing through the campaign and I was looking at this massive bunch of people. I was like, why is there so many people bunching? It's a massive path. You don't need to bunch. All of a sudden they teleport. I'm like, what's just happened?
Oh, really?
And then I see danger to the guest, and there's all my Proceratosaurs about to attack them all. Oh.
Yeah, dude, I did. That explains a lot, because I'd always wonder, how the hell did those people get in?
I know. It was so, and they don't, like, again, it needs a better intelligence system. A tornado comes crashing through your exhibit, like, all of the fences are open, they run crazy away from dinosaurs. So crazy, they run into the exhibit. You don't know they're there until you hear the screaming or a danger to guests has popped up. Yeah. And there's no way to save them. Like in JPOG, you could get the rubber
helicopter
ring.
to come in. Yeah.
That was, like, looking back on that was great. Like, some of those missions were great, and I wish we had that.
Yeah, see, I wish we had missions like that in general for the game. Yeah. Like, again, that goes into my thing. Like, if you just added in like a first-person point of view, like anything. I mean, anything.
You can make your own missions from that.
Yeah, man, you could have your whole open world, do anything you want. Give your character like a tranquilizing gun, so that way, like you, because I know they don't want them killing dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But like, you could trank something and then be on a time limit to get out, like through some, like you could do so much with it. But
with JPOG's missions and entertainment stuff, whatever they had back then to unlock Site B without mods, it was quite fun. I mean, the most annoying was the rampaging raptors and Dinosaurus. That mission,
dude, it's kind of hard. Yeah, the thing is, annoying. It's aiming at those freaking rampers.
They're so tiny as well, and especially when they're climbing up the fence, and you're like, all right, got a perfect shot, and then they get shocked by the fence and they fly off, and you're like,
and then you miss.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, if they were to add anything like that in Jurassic World Evolution 2, it wouldn't be so hard. But just adding like new missions again, as you were saying with the first person, loads of people wanted first person for ages, and I would love to sort of create my own Site B, give my player a tranquilizing gun, put loads of forests, and try to get to the monorail section on Isla Nublar.
you could do anything. You could have your own game. Yeah, dude, 100% agree. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't just have to be sandbox and campaign.
Yeah, it could be.
You can have a mission or another word for sandbox, but call it something else, where you can create your own missions.
Well, basically, just like you do whatever. Like, you could turn, at that point, the park builder could be turned into a survival horror. It could be turned into Far Cry. It could be turned into like anything. If you just wanted to like attend your own park as a guest and not do anything, like, you could do it.
Obviously now Minecraft is via a VR experience. You can get a VR experience for Minecraft. Can you imagine getting that for Jurassic World Evolution? Like, you can walk around your own park in VR.
It'd be pretty awesome.
That would be great.
That would be so immersive and so, like, that would put the game on a whole other level. They even did that with Five Nights at Freddy's, I think.
Yeah, they've done that. Oh my god, can you imagine?
Yeah, it'd be great for
Jurassic.
Jurassic.
Getting eaten by a giga.
In VR, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
It'd be terrifying, but
that's part of the package.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's part of the deal. But yeah, I mean, it looks like we actually have pretty similar points on the Return of Jurassic Park DLC.
Yeah, I agree.
And even with like what's next in the future, I think we pretty much think the same. I mean, I think Jurassic World Evolution is a good game. Controversial opinion. I personally think it's slightly better than Operation Genesis. Actually, is that a controversial opinion, or is
I
that
don't know.
what?
There's loads of people saying that, Jurassic World Evolution is better than JPOG, and then loads of people saying JPOG's better than Jurassic World Evolution. Meanwhile,
It's
I'm
probably
on
like
the
a
fence.
50-50.
Yeah,
Okay,
I just
yeah.
don't know. I don't know what to make out of it. Like, JPOG has so many cool things, Jurassic World Evolution doesn't. But Jurassic World
pretty
Evolution,
different.
the graphics and the actual features it has overrides JPOG. And I'm just
See,
like,
here's another thing. I never played JPOG modded, so
never.
There's probably never. There's probably a whole other part of that game that I never experienced.
There is. I mean, imagine the buildings. Now imagine a 5 foot tall, well, not 5 foot tall, but like quite a big hotel, like a huge hotel.
It'd be pretty cool. I mean,
That's a mod that I've used. I've got a Jurassic Park Operation Genesis series on my channel, and the first building I put down, the huge hotel. It doesn't work. Well, it does work kind of, but it just, there's loads of things you can do modded in that game.
see, the last time I played Jurassic Park Operation Genesis was on my PlayStation 2, I think around 2007.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I had the demo for PC in the early 2000s, but, like, dude, it's been a while, man. So,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, consoles are definitely different to PC version.
well, the funny thing was the demo for PC, it came with Site B unlocked.
Right.
But you could only, from what I only remember Triceratops and T-Rexes being so they bottlenecked it a little.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, if this is the end for Jurassic World Evolution, I like the game. It's not my favorite Jurassic Park game or anything like that, but I think what they've provided is pretty good. Would I be a little let down if this was the end? Possibly, but not enough to say that the experience was bad.
Yeah, likewise.
You know, I don't think I could say that. But my major complaint was just I thought it was a little too pricey for Return to Jurassic Park, and I thought that it could have gone on a little longer with the story. Other than that, I don't really have that much to criticize. So
yeah,
I thought it was good.
There's definitely areas that you can criticize, and in all respect, like, it's fair enough. We have the right to criticize those, but
Sure, yeah.
again, the good always outweighs the bad, and
Yeah.
it's a good DLC at the end of the day, I reckon. Again, if it's the end, don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I think that's why we are holding on hope for Jurassic World Evolution 2. That is a thing, and I think that's what most of our fans are sort of like looking forward to, kind of thing. Like, they're not as bummed out. Because if this was like the end, I 100% understand if Jurassic World Evolution is just a trial, like a trial game, because Frontier have never done anything with dinosaurs before, never done anything with a big corporation, well, besides Atari, I think, and developers of Ghostbusters. That's pretty much what they've done. But Universal is a huge company to be working with, and they probably put limitations on. I don't doubt that. And
Yeah, I don't doubt that either.
yeah, so hopefully Jurassic World Evolution 2 will be amazing. But sticking on what's currently out and what we currently know about, Return to Jurassic Park is definitely a DLC I would recommend getting. But price range, keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I recommend it, especially if it's on sale.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people got it for free, so yeah, I recommend it wholeheartedly, especially if you're a fan of Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and I mean, we were already getting Jeff Goldblum, but again, the story in this is too good to pass up.
It's a different Jeff Goldblum. It's the Jurassic Park Ian Malcolm.
Right, it's the younger.
Yeah.
It's the younger, more
flirtatious.
It's not Jurassic World Malcolm. It's not Lost World Malcolm. It's JP1.
Jurassic Park. It's great.
Right. Yeah.
So there you had it, ladies and gentlemen. That was it. That was a 50-minute long, I think, roughly video of us discussing our problems and advancements and what we enjoyed about Return to Jurassic Park. I know it was a very long one, but again, it is in the title. It's an in-depth review. We're not going to just be like, oh, this was good, this was good. We're going to sort of talk to each other, and then we're like, oh, could this be your next thing? Are we going to argue with this? What do we think about it? And see if we pretty much have the same opinions on this topic. And that's about it. So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash that like button. Let me know your thoughts if you agree with me and Klayton down in the comment section down below. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet done so, why not help me get to that 15,000 subscriber mark, because that would honestly mean a lot. And let's see if we can hit that. So in the meantime, hope you guys have enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe, all that good stuff. Hope you guys had a wonderful day. It's been Swrve, and peace out.